Let me ask you something. Do you think you're smarter than your parents? How about your grandparents? For about 50 years, every single generation of humans scored measurably higher on IQ tests than the one before them. It happened all over the world, from the 1930s to the 1990s. On paper, a kid born in 1980 was just fundamentally smarter than their parents. Researchers called it the Flynn Effect, and it was one of the most rock-solid findings in cognitive science. But then, right around 1995, the line stopped rising. And then, it completely reversed. Data from over 1 million people across 8 countries now proves something no one saw coming. Our scores are falling. And they're dropping fast enough that scientists are actually using the word alarming. But here's the crazy part. When you look at what is falling, and you map it against what has been rising during the exact same timeline, it gets genuinely hard to look away. When scientists first noticed the drop, the explanation that spread the fastest was also the most comfortable one. People blamed demographics. They argued that smarter people were having fewer kids, so over generations, the math just worked against human intelligence. It's called the dysgenics hypothesis, and it sounds like basic arithmetic. You've probably heard some version of it. But in 2018, a massive study out of Norway completely blew that theory out of the water. They didn't look at different families, they looked at biological brothers. Same parents, same genes, same house, same dinner table. The only difference? When they were born. And guess what? The younger brothers scored lower than their older brothers. Think about what that means. The decline isn't in our DNA. It couldn't be. They share the same DNA. It means the environment shifted between the time the older brother grew up and the younger brother did. It's like 2 plants from the exact same seed, grown in the same pot, but the one that sprouted later got less light. So, what changed in our environment after 1975 to drag down our working memory, processing speed, and abstract reasoning? There are 3 main drivers. The specific brain skills dropping the fastest are what scientists call executive function, your ability to focus, resist immediate distractions, and think through hard problems under pressure. Executive function isn't fixed at birth. It's a muscle you build through effort, and the specific exercise that builds it is something modern life has completely destroyed: boredom. Boredom is just the mental state of sticking with something difficult when an easier option is available, like reading a long essay, sitting with an unsolved problem, or following a thought to its actual conclusion. But in 2023, researchers found that the average time a person can focus on a single screen without switching has plummeted from 2.5 minutes in 2004 to just 47 seconds. It's not that we suddenly got dumber, it's that nothing around us requires focus anymore. Every app and feed is designed to interrupt you, because interruption keeps you scrolling, and scrolling makes money. Going back to those Norwegian brothers, the younger brother grew up in an environment of constant interruption and passive consumption. His attention muscle never got a workout. The second driver is physical, and it happened completely behind our backs. Through most of the 20th century, commercial bread was made using iodized dough conditioners. Iodine is crucial for brain and thyroid development, and its availability tracked perfectly with the original rise of the Flynn effect. But in the 70s and 80s, food manufacturers quietly switched to bromine-based alternatives. Iodine deficiency quietly returned, which is proven to measurably ding IQ scores. On top of that, we were pumped with environmental toxins, like leaded aviation fuel, which ran all the way up to 1996, causing cognitive losses for entire generations who grew up near airports. Driver 3. The climax. But none of that, not the scrolling, not the food, not the lead, explains the most terrifying graph of all. Remember how I said human scores started dropping in 1995? Well, researchers noticed that we aren't losing all cognitive skills equally. The ones dropping the fastest are a very specific cluster: fluid reasoning, working memory, and the ability to focus through a complex problem. Those aren't random skills. Those are the hardest, deepest skills humanity ever developed. And they happen to be the exact, specific skills that artificial intelligence has been getting better at since 2015. We've been tracking human intelligence since the 1930s, and AI intelligence since 2015. When you put them on the same graph, it's chilling. One line goes down, the other goes up, and right now they are closer than they have ever been. But here's the twist that changes everything. This is reversible. Because the drop is environmental and not genetic, it means the things that changed can be changed back. The Norwegian brothers proved that it's about the world we build, not who we are. No generation before us had the data to see this decline happening in real time. We are watching the lines converge right now. So the real question isn't whether humans are getting dumber. The data says we are. The question is whether we are going to let that line keep falling, or if we're going to turn off the distractions, rebuild our minds, and change the trend.